Welcome, fight fans, to a special edition of Fighters Corner. Today, we're delving into the rich history of professional boxing to celebrate the 10 greatest black boxers of all time. From overcoming racial barriers to leaving an indelible mark on the sport, these fighters have truly earned their place in history. So, without further ado, let's begin our countdown. Number 10. Old Mongoose Archie Moore. Archie Moore was a true warrior inside the boxing ring. For over 2 decades, he entranced fans with his unrelenting aggression and skillful defense. It was very impressive the way Archie could absorb massive blows that would have destroyed lesser men, while still pressing forward with lightning-quick counters. It was simply awe-inspiring to behold. By the time he retired at 50 years old, Moore had astoundingly racked up a record of 132 knockouts. A clear sign of the explosive power in those hands. Yet it was his magical movement and impeccable timing that allowed Archie to remain a top contender, snatching belt after belt, giving even Cassius Clay a run for his money in their legendary later bout. More than just wins and honors, Moore left a momentous mark through his indomitable spirit and passion for perfection. Even today, his impact lives on as old-timers raise a respectful glass, reminiscing fondly about the wonders worked by that ahead of his time original, Archie the Mongoose Moore. Number 9. Easton Assassin Larry Holmes. Coming in at number 9 is the Easton Assassin himself, Larry Holmes. Now this man was no joke inside the ring. He took the blueprint Ali laid out and perfected it to an art form. Holmes went full assassin mode every time the bell rang, picking opponents apart with that piston jab and cannon-like hands of his, and you got to respect his durability too. Man defended his title an incredible 20 times. Through cuts, bruises, and everything in between, he endured it all to maintain his grip on the gold. But it was always about more than just retaining titles for Holmes. He wanted to separate himself as a true boxing master, carving out his own legacy alongside the legends he learned from. There's no doubt Larry belongs in the conversation as one of the best men to ever do it when you look at his body of work. All hail to the Easton Assassin. Number 8. Smokin Joe Frazier. Whenever boxing fans discuss the greatest heavyweights of all time, Smokin Joe Frazier simply cannot be overlooked. The aggression and athleticism he brought to the ring was unlike anything witnessed before or since. One couldn't help but be enthralled watching Joe stalk his opponents with relentless pressure, cutting off the ringmasters fully like a hunter closing in on wounded prey. It was no mystery where his moniker Smokin came from. He fought with a non-stop motor that would have exhausted even the toughest of competitors. Of course, history remembers Joe most for his epic trilogy against Muhammad Ali, wars that lived up to their hype and then some. The sheer perseverance and heart shown by both men in absorbing punishment yet refusing to be deterred was breathtaking. While Ali may have had Joe's number in their later matches, Frazier gave his all and left it all in the ring every single time. Beyond just those iconic fights, Smokin Joe possessed dynamite in both hands and underrated defensive skills that allowed him to compete at an elite level well into his career. His fighting spirit continues to inspire boxing fans worldwide and cement his legacy as one of the bravest and most ferocious in the ring. Number 7. Jack Johnson. To fully grasp Jack Johnson's immense achievements, one must understand the turbulent times in which he fought. Standing tall amidst the fiery societal divisions, Johnson willingly shouldered the hopes of his people with steadfast grace and dignity. Yet remaining focused solely on letting his skills sing within the ropes, the Galveston giant time and time again proved himself against all bigoted challengers throwing their hats in the ring. While the prejudices of some closed their minds, Jack's dazzling repertoire and thunderous power opened even the most stubborn of eyes. He introduced innovations well ahead of his era, outmaneuvering prejudiced foes tactically as soundly as with strike and counter. By the end, none could deny the greatness encapsulated within this one man. Johnson smashed through restrictions which had confined his race, clearing a pathway for future kings to freely traverse. Whenever fight aficionados gather to appreciate this sweet science, the name of Jack Johnson will forever loom largest of all, a trailblazer both within and beyond those hallowed ropes. Number 6. Roy Jones Jr. All right, at number 6 we got the one and only Roy Jones Jr. Now this man was truly one of a kind in that square box. Nobody before or since has been able to do what Roy could between those ropes. The way he'd just bounce and float like a butterfly, then bust you up with sting like a bee combos from everywhere. Switches, spins, angles you didn't even know existed in this sport. And he made it all look so effortless and was always in total control, whether at middleweight or light heavyweight. Let me tell you, watching Jones box was like witnessing the birth of a whole new style. The way he closed distance in the blink of an eye and had that thunder in his hands. Opponents were shook before the first bell even rang. No wonder why Roy was such a megastar. Every time he laced him up, it was a must-see TV. Truly an innovator in boxing and just a flat-out natural-born talent. Roy Jones Jr. took things to another level in that ring and paved the way for those following. He'll forever be remembered as one of the most gifted and exciting fighters of all time, for sure. Number 5. Sugar Ray Leonard. Reaching the halfway point on our list at number 5 is the one and only Sugar Ray. Now, here was a boxer who was as smooth as they come inside that squared circle. Like his hands were dancing while zipping combos all over, dazzling folks with lightning-fast flurries. But it wasn't just Ray's hand speed that was something to behold. Those feet moved too, allowing him to just glide and slip around opponents for days. Plus the man had an iron chin to match all that talent and back it up when needed. With skills, heart, and that money personality, it's no wonder Ray captured the hearts of fans worldwide. But make no mistake, this man was nothing if not deadly serious between those ropes. An Olympic champion who backed up the flashy reputation with dynamic skills. Few can rival the pure excitement and ability this king among men brought to that hallowed ring. Truly one of the most gifted fighters ever to lace them up. Sugar Ray Leonard is in a class all of his own. Number 4. Real Deal Evander Holyfield. Coming in at number 4 on our list is the one and only Evander, the real deal Holyfield. Just thinking of Holyfield in his athletic prime gets the juices flowing in your bloodstream. This boxer was an absolute beast who tore through the competition with relentless ferocity, no matter the weight class. First dominating at cruiserweight before taking the huge leap up to conquer the mountain that awaited him in heavyweight. You got to respect the sheer grit and balls on display. But with Evander, it was never just about heart. The technique and physical tools were world-class. That engine of his just didn't quit. He was like a horse who kept running mile after mile without tiring. Folks were still having issues keeping Holyfield down even in his later years. You know, Tyson found that out the hard way. It's no mystery how Evander earned that real deal moniker. He brought it every damn time without fail. Whether slutting it out in war or dismantling foes with precision, the real deal left everything in the ring. Through sheer violence of action and warrior spirit, Holyfield cemented his place among the greats. A champion in the truest sense. You gotta respect all this man gave to the sport of boxing. Number 3. Brown Bomber Joe Louis. Coming in at number 3 on our list is an individual who truly deserves the highest of praise, the legendary Brown Bomber, Joe Louis himself. Putting myself in his situation from that era, I can only imagine what this man had to push beyond and battle against. We're talking about the heart of the Great Depression with racial tensions running extra hot outside the ring. Yet between those ropes, Louis went on an unprecedented tear of success, reigning as heavyweight king for over a whole decade, defending his title a record 12 times. And it wasn't just power that allowed Louis to dominate either. This bomber was surgical in there. Beyond the impressive stats, there was the hope he provided to so many during dark times, proving talent could surmount any barrier. Generations since have admired him with utmost admiration for all his heroic achievements inside and out the ring. Joe Louis's name will forever be engraved amongst the boxing's greatest figures. His impact will echo on as inspiration for the resilience of communities standing together against adversity. Number 2. Iron Mike Tyson. Announcing our runner-up at number 2 is none other than the legendary Iron Mike Tyson himself. I'll never forget first catching this man in action on TV as a youngster. It was utterly mind-blowing to witness. Opponents would be feeling themselves one moment, then suddenly lights out before they knew what even hit them. We're talking the kind of speed and power from another planet. Even seasoned prize fighters visibly shook in their boots at the thought of squaring off with this man. But it wasn't just the physical skills, was it? Iron Mike brought a competitive flame and aggression like I've rarely seen before or since. Is it any surprise he rapidly dominated to undisputed champion status at such a young age? Simply put, Tyson was just built different. A true force of nature whose heyday enthralled the whole world. While darker times followed, when focusing on Mike in his athletic prime, one can't help but feel grateful seeing greatness on that level. A reminder of what peak human potential looks like in that ring. Number 1. Muhammad Ali, the greatest. For our number 1 spot, there is only one choice fitting of the position: Muhammad Ali, undisputedly the greatest of all time. While his skills inside that ring simply require no explanation, Ali's impact stretched so far beyond boxing. Through exile, fighting racism with visionary words, and always standing firm in belief, this man remained a beacon of light. A true people's champion for all, Ali's legacy has resonated outside sport and united communities far and wide. With a courage and charm like none other, Ali kept it uniquely real regardless the situation. We lift our gloves to honor a heroic figure who redefined what success entwined with conviction can accomplish. Champion in ring and champion for justice, Ali elevated our very notion of what a hero signifies. Thank you seems too small for one who means so much to history and to us all. The greatest in and out, a verdict no scorecard can ever overturn. There you have it, folks, the top 10 greatest black boxers of all time. Each of these fighters has left an indelible mark on the sport, breaking barriers and inspiring generations. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, keep throwing those jabs and hooks. This is Fighters Corner, signing off.